Smith? Yes, Lisa. What can I do for you? Which newspaper does he work for? No, I was just trying to keep this one quiet. Yes, Lisa, we probably should have told you, but to be honest, I was trying to keep as tight a lid on this as possible. Yes, I do realize that. We'll try to keep you in the loop from now on. Yes, I'm sorry. Okay, bye. Yes, Captain Smith here. I'd like to speak with Mr. Paul Black. What do you mean, which department? Mr. Paul Black. He's the safety manager.
Paul Black?
Paul. Steve Smith here.
Ah, hi Steve. How are you?
I've had better starts to the day. Listen, I've just had the public relation people on the telephone. It seems the press are onto our little problem. We have to see each other.
Yes. Okay. How about Wednesday, 2 o'clock?
Okay. Wednesday, 1400.
Great.
Okay, see you then. So, Paul, what have you come up with so far?
Well, we've completed our investigation, and the major thing to come out of it is that it seems to be a vigilance problem.
What do you mean by that?
Well, the controller had just finished his morning peak hour, just starting to relax, coming up to the first break of the day, and this one just slipped by, slipped under his guard. This sometimes happens after a particular busy sequence.
And what can you do about it?
Well, we've had a long discussion with the controller involved, and we are putting out an instruction for all the other controllers to be particularly vigilant in these sorts of circumstances.
You mean your total plan to fix this is to tell this fellow he's been a bad boy and to ask him and the other controllers to behave themselves in the future?
Well,
And you really believe this is going to stop the same thing from happening again?
I believe so.
No. No. Everybody makes mistakes. And we all know that just telling people what they should or shouldn't do is not going to eliminate the potential for error. We have a much broader problem on our hands. We have a systems problem. What we have to see is why these errors are slipping through our system undetected. We have to work on this problem and come up with a permanent solution. The safety regulators already started asking questions. My chief executive is on my back to find answers to restore public confidence. And now that the media is onto this, we're being portrayed as an unsafe carrier. Our public image is going to suffer, and along with that, our share price.
Yes, so I can understand that.
So what about this new reporting system you talked about?
Well, I'm having a difficult time moving the organization on this, or anything else for that matter. My position doesn't carry a lot of weight. Safety is taken for granted by a lot of people in this organization.
I can see your problem there.
And it seems that management is only interested in increasing capacity, reducing costs, more traffic, cutting down delays. That's what the customer wants. And your airline is particularly vocal on that. So whenever I try to talk about some important safety issue like this one, they find it hard to see how that would improve efficiency. And the controllers feel that management is blaming them. That management want me to hang the guilty party as soon as possible and get on with it. And I'm stuck in the middle.
I can understand your problem. You know, I went through the same thing when I first started this job with the airline.
Really? What did you come up with?
Oh, don't get me wrong. Things at the company aren't perfect. We're also run by people who seem to be interested only in the bottom line. And we have a long way to go in developing our own safety culture. You should have heard them squeal when I first suggested fitting TCAS to our fleets. But I have a feeling we're further down the line than you are today.
So what would you suggest for us?
Well, first we have to get to the bottom of why this incident occurred. Second, we may be able to demonstrate a link with similar incidents. and thus show the dangers of not investigating the whole system to identify any latent problems.
Well, that's a start.
Steve, following his demonstration, proposes to introduce Paul to John Goodfellow, ATS Safety Manager at South Centre, where he has gained tremendous experience over the typical battles he had to face to develop a safety culture. He and Steve have worked together on a few investigations in the past, and John has already taught a few tricks to Steve. This time, John Goodfellow could assist Paul with the investigation.